While you sleep, this animal walks through your yard looking for almost anything it can eat. A beetle, fallen fruit, pet food left outside, perhaps even a tick. But is it really killing thousands of ticks? Or have we misunderstood its entire night shift? Tonight we're following an opossum through a typical backyard to answer 4 questions. What is it actually searching for? What role does an omnivorous scavenger play around our homes? Is the famous tick control claim true? And when is a passing visitor harmless versus a sign that something in the yard should change? By the end, you'll have a practical plan that requires no feeding, no amateur trapping, and no panic. This is a Virginia opossum, Didelphis virginiana, the only marsupial native to the United States and Canada. It is not an enormous rat. Notice the long, pale face, dark hairless ears, coarse gray coat, and nearly bare tail. Its rear foot has 5 digits, including an opposable inner toe that helps it grip while climbing. The tail is prehensile too. It can provide balance and help the animal grip branches or carry light nesting material. But the familiar image of an adult opossum spending the night hanging from a tree by its tail is mostly a cartoon invention. An adult is too heavy to remain comfortably suspended that way for long. Most of its nightly work happens exactly where we see it now, moving on 4 feet across the ground. Virginia opossums are primarily nocturnal. As daylight fades, they begin moving through protected routes, beneath shrubs, along fences, beside garden beds, and under decks. Their eyesight is not the main tool guiding this patrol. Smell and hearing help them investigate food, detect movement, and navigate through darkness. They generally do not build one elaborate permanent den. Instead, they take advantage of shelters that already exist: hollow logs, abandoned burrows, dense vegetation, tree cavities, or dry spaces beneath structures. And seeing an opossum during the day does not automatically mean it has rabies. It may be searching for food, moving between shelters, escaping a disturbance, or, in the case of a female, meeting the demands of caring for young. Daylight alone is not a diagnosis. Abnormal movement, serious injury, or unusual aggression should be assessed from a safe distance by a local wildlife professional. An opossum is an omnivore and an opportunist. Its menu changes with the season, location, and whatever happens to be available that night. Among wet leaves, it may find beetles, crickets, worms, slugs, and other invertebrates. Beneath a fruit tree, it may eat fallen berries or overripe fruit. Its diet can also include seeds, other plant material, eggs, small animals, and carrion. That last category gives the opossum part of its scavenging role. Organic material that might otherwise remain in the landscape becomes food and is redistributed through the ecosystem. But human neighborhoods create another menu. Pet food left on a patio, seeds scattered beneath a bird feeder, an open garbage container, fallen fruit, and an unsecured compost bin can all reward a nighttime visit. Once a yard becomes a predictable source of calories, an occasional passerby may begin returning regularly. Now we come to the most famous claim about opossums, that a single animal can eat thousands of ticks. This figure is often repeated as an established fact, but the evidence does not support the use of opossums as a biological tick control agent. The claim arose from a laboratory experiment in which researchers introduced tick larvae to captive animals. Only a small number of ticks subsequently entered the opossum's enclosures. It was assumed that the remaining ticks were combed out and consumed. But the opossums were released without being thoroughly checked for any remaining ticks. This omitted step is significant. A later study examined the stomach contents of wild opossums and found no tick remnants. A review of earlier dietary studies also failed to confirm that ticks are a preferred or important food. There is no convincing evidence that inviting opossums into a yard will significantly affect tick populations. Beneficial animals exist. Rejecting the tick myth does not make the opossum worthless. It means we can appreciate the animal without inventing a superpower for it. While foraging, an opossum may consume some fallen fruit, carrion, insects, worms, slugs, and other available organisms. It moves organic material across the landscape. Seeds may be carried away from the original plant. Partly eaten food and waste return nutrients to the soil, where fungi, bacteria, and other decomposers continue the process. But one opossum crossing one yard is not a guaranteed pest control program. Its presence does not mean that every slug will disappear. Insect numbers will collapse, rodents will leave, or snakes will be eliminated. Diet varies between individuals, locations, and seasons. The animal eats what is practical, not what a homeowner has placed on a pest control list. Its ecological value lies in being one flexible participant in a larger food web, not in eradicating everything we dislike. Open a door unexpectedly, and the quiet forager may transform. An alarmed opossum can freeze, hiss, open its mouth, and reveal an impressive set of teeth. This is usually a defensive display from an animal that wants more distance, not evidence that it intends to chase a person. Do not approach it, do not touch it, and never block its route to cover. Under extreme stress, an opossum may enter the response behind the expression, playing possum. It can become limp and motionless, with its eyes partly closed and its mouth open. It may look dead, but this is not a carefully planned performance that the animal switches on and off at will. It is an involuntary physiological response to overwhelming danger. The safest action is to remove people and pets, give the animal space, and allow it time to recover and leave. Trying to wake, inspect, or carry it only adds risk and stress. One opossum passing through a yard usually requires no intervention. The situation changes when the property offers food every night or access to a protected structure. An outdoor pet bowl can become a feeding station. A loose garbage lid provides an easy reward. Fallen fruit creates a seasonal buffet, and an opening beneath a deck can become shelter. An unsecured poultry enclosure may expose eggs or small birds to opportunistic wildlife. But tracks and disturbed objects do not always identify the culprit. Raccoons, skunks, rats, free-roaming pets, and other animals may visit the same resources. Multiple species can leave overlapping evidence in a single night. A camera can help establish what is actually happening before action is taken. The goal is not to blame whichever animal appears first. It is to identify and remove the resource that keeps attracting wildlife back to the same place. Here is a 5-step plan. First, bring pet food and water indoors before nightfall. Second, use garbage and compost containers with tight-fitting lids and wildlife-resistant latches. Third, collect fallen fruit and clean up seed beneath bird feeders. Fourth, inspect spaces beneath decks, sheds, and other structures before sealing them. Confirm that no animal or dependent young remains inside. And fifth, protect poultry with strong small mesh hardware cloth and secure night latches that cannot be pushed or lifted open. Do not intentionally feed an opossum, and do not attempt to trap or relocate one yourself. Relocation laws vary, and moving wildlife can separate mothers from young, expose the animal to unfamiliar hazards, or simply create space for another visitor. If exclusion becomes necessary, contact a qualified local wildlife professional. An opossum isn't a tick-killing machine, and it isn't a monster in the dark. It's an opportunistic survivor, checking what your yard leaves available after sunset. Would you let it finish its night shift, or try to keep it out? Tell us your answer and your country or region in the comments. Sometimes the animal you fear is simply passing through, because your yard invited it. Next, the stinging plant butterflies need.